All right, this is a video for the Reflection Journal. Let me describe some things. I feel like as a team we did okay. I felt like oftentimes, that first week is the deciding factor, who decides or who the group decides to be a leader, and I just kind of fell on me. I just wanted to get things done, so I created our own Slack channel called Pray to Pass right here. And I would set up the meetings, and I would record the meetings, and I would, I did a lot. Put my code on here so they can look at it on CodePen. But anyways, I did a lot of the work for leadership, but I didn't want to handicap anyone. I just it kind of just fell upon me. I just decided, this is how often things go. But as a team, we met and we discussed. It was really only me and I think his name was Dustin. Dennis. I'm terrible with names. Really only me and Dennis for the most part that would contribute. But I'm not trying to bring anyone down. I'm just saying it was hard. This class has always been hard. I failed this class earlier, so hoping to pass it this time. Anyways, I feel like we did decently well teaching each other coding topics. Dennis went in really deep, way above my head. I tried to do the best I could to explain and answer any questions that people will have. I wish we were more involved. That's why I created this Slack channel, and it was heavily used, but only for just starting meetings. I wish it was actually used for each one. So I made channels, and Dennis and I used it, but it was like I said, it was mostly just Dennis. I would ask questions, Dennis would help me out, so that was awesome. But it was really just Dennis. I'm not gonna lie. So as far as what I learned about team problem solving is that people will I didn't learn anything really new. People will pull the weight, and there's people that won't do anything. And I have no idea if they passed the class. I haven't heard from them. So yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can answer. Explain how your team made decisions. Unfortunately, I submitted my plan to complete the coding topics, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that looks great. Let's just go with that." And they made it their personal plan as well as their team plan, and I was a little bummed out about that, but that's what they wanted to do. And then you didn't even like it, but that's the way it is. But basically, they just basically made the decisions on me. I didn't want that to happen, but that's what they decided to do. I wanted to see what their plans were, but they hadn't made any. So they just basically used my plan and submitted it for their own. Whatever. I don't know. I couldn't. I don't know how. I don't know. I couldn't really stop them from doing that. It's kind of a difficult position that put me in. My next team assignment. I hope it will be at Amazon. And that I'll be able to work with amazing experts, and they'll be able to work together and divide and conquer. And that's what I was hoping to do here. I will not be a crutch to lean on, unless it's one where the whole team is supporting. Describe our team leadership, or just team leadership, how it should work. How did your team determine a leader? Like I said, they just picked me. You always have the same leader. Yeah, it's pretty much me. Sometimes Dennis would do it. One time I was out going down to Virginia, and he took over at that time. So that was nice. Yep, I sure did. Just said that. I did step up when the team needed a leader. Well, I stepped up. I was like, let's create a Slack channel. Let's get on Zoom and record our meetings. If I didn't sliding log would have been like, well, what do you guys want to do? You think you're gonna do this, and just try and like, no one would have made a decision, and no one would have gotten anywhere. That's my imagination. It's my description of sliding along. Like I said, some of the communication challenges were just people not showing up. Caitlin, never. I added her myself. Like if you go to general, it'll say like Jeremy added Caitlin. She never once signed in on here, which is a huge bummer, to her. 'Cause she obviously missed out, and I guarantee she probably failed the class, or maybe she dropped it. I have no idea. Setting due dates for myself. Well, like I said, this place kind of burned, kind of crashed and burned this semester for me. It's because I had a kid and also Amazon, preparing for Amazon interview. That was kind of crazy, and I got the job. That's great, but it kind of was a crash and burn planning moment. But some things are unforeseeable. As far as how it will impact me, I would hope that I would plan some good contingency plans. I don't know how I would have made that better. I started off really early and submitted things by week 2, and then Amazon just kind of hit, and I had to think of my career and my family. So I don't know how I would do that differently. Yeah, I don't know. His life was just kind of insane. I kind of already said my highs and lows. Dennis helped out, and without him, I would have been a lot worse off. But it would have been better if I had more people involved. Zevius and the other guy that's in the group, they showed up, but they didn't really show their coding topics not once, which is a bummer. I enjoyed finding things online and learning myself, and that's teaching myself. Being autodidactic is a great skill to have, and I feel like this class definitely furthered that. Anyways, that's all I have to say. It was kind of a wild ride. Thanks for letting me on it.